Hey guys, it's Rowan here from Smart TV. You may have heard that there's a new HSC curriculum coming for 2018 and you might be freaking out. What does it mean for me? How it's going to impact me? What do I need to do to ace the HSC? But don't stress, we've got you covered, because in this video I'm going to look at why they're implementing a new curriculum, who it's impacting, what the major changes are going to be, both good and bad. And then in future videos I'm going to dive into each of the subjects to break down for you the changes in each one of them. So let's jump in and let's take a look at what this new HSC curriculum is going to mean for you. So firstly, what is this new HSC curriculum? Well, the New South Wales Education and Standards Authority, otherwise known as NESA, which is the new name for the old border studies, are implementing a new HSC curriculum for 2018 and 2019. Now, the reason they're implementing it is not because they want to make your lives harder. It's not that they're sitting there in their offices cackling evilly to try to make your life more difficult. It's part of a broader rollout of changes for the national curriculum that actually started in 2014 with Year 7. So this is just a continuation of those changes. But what it does mean is that for all students that are starting Year 11 in 2018, you will be sitting the new curriculum. So you'll have a new prelim HSC, and then you'll be the first to sit the new HSC curriculum for 2019. It also means, in terms of who's impacted, that everyone in Year 10 and below will be also sitting this new HSC curriculum in the following years. Now, what are the overall changes in this HSC curriculum? Well, there is some good changes, and really the first change is that they're actually going to be reducing the number of assessments that you'll have internally at school. That's right, less assessments. And that's a response to all of the criticism about how stressful Year 11 and 12 are becoming, and the number of assessments and the assessment load that students experience. So in Year 11, you'll have only 3 assessments. That's right, you'll only have 3, and in Year 12 there'll only be 4 internal assessments, including your HSC trials. So schools will be limited in the number of assessments they can actually provide you with. Now, it may mean though for some schools that if you had more than 3 or 4 assessments in Year 11 and Year 12 typically, that these assessments will be worth a little bit more. But even the weightings for these assessments are going to be mandated and provided by NESA. So less assessments, which is pretty awesome. The other big change is that there is a focus in all of the subjects to move away from rote learning. So there was concerns that the HSC had become very formulaic, and they want to move away from that. And so there's a big focus in integrating inquiry questions throughout the courses. So these are designed to give you big questions to dive into and to make it more difficult to rote learn. So what are the consequences of a new HSC curriculum? Well, the obvious ones is that number one, the content changes. So textbooks, resources, notes, past exam papers will no longer be relevant. Some parts of them may be, but because there'll be new content and new assessment criteria, all of that's going to change. So it is going to make it more difficult for students, particularly in the first couple of years, going through the prelim and HSC syllabus, because there's just going to be a lack of available resources around to support students going through the content and the material. So if you want to know more specifically about the changes for subjects, stay tuned. We will have a series of videos that dive into each subject specifically. If you're feeling a little overwhelmed because there's all these changes and you've taken a number of these subjects that are having significant changes, then we can help. Don't stress. We've got an incredible team of teachers, tutors and mentors that have been trained in the new HSC curriculum. We've built some incredible resources on the new HSC curriculum as well to make sure that we're equipped to help you navigate these changes that are coming in 2018, 19 and beyond. So if you need more help, you'd like someone to support you along the journey, get in touch. We've got a team that can work with you across Sydney, one-on-one in your home, or at our campus in Hornsby, which is state-of-the-art, 50 metres away from the train station. Additionally, if you've got more questions, leave a comment below this video. If you've got questions about what the syllabus is going to do and the changes and what they mean for you, leave it below, and myself or one of our team will reply to answer those questions for you. Stay tuned for more videos though, which are going to dig in to specific subjects and what those changes will mean for you.